Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have parents at a concert in the Liso Center. This is the first time since Christmas of 2019 that we've had parents in here. So thank you all so much for being here. I know how meaningful this is for the students to have you here tonight, and it really is such a blessing to have you here. I want to also welcome to everybody, and welcome to the audience joining at home. We're live streaming this, so welcome to everyone who's watching, wherever you're watching. Thank you so much for joining us. Just a few kind of things. Of course, you can take pictures and do those things. What I always ask, though, is the students have put so much time and effort into this. So please, again, feel free to take pictures, take videos, but I also say, and I always say, be in the moment. So just be in the moment, watch them, listen to them. The spectacle, the sound, everything they're doing is absolutely amazing. The other thing I'd ask is, and I'm sure you will, but just in terms of COVID safety, just please stay in your seats. The concert's about 70 to 75 minutes, so it's not like we're not going to be here for hours and hours and hours. I would also ask at the end of the concert, please, I know you want to congratulate your student and your children and see them, but I would ask that everyone not congregate in the lobby afterwards, just for COVID safety reasons, and that you just meet your student outside or at your car. And I know that's not the best, but just for COVID, I'd ask everyone to do that. Again, thank you all so much. It's such a blessing. So before we get started, I'm just going to ask everyone, if they don't mind, to bow your heads in a word of prayer with me to get started. Father God, thank you so much for the opportunity to gather here this evening. What a blessing it is to be here with not only students, but parents, families, administration, everyone. It's starting to feel like it's coming back and that we can be together as one family of Seoul Foreign School. So thank you so much. Thank you for the blessings and the talents you bestowed on Mr. Ford, Ms. Sun, and these students, and everyone involved in this concert this evening. All of these things are done through your grace, your will, and your blessings. So we're so grateful for that. Please be with our students this evening and calm their nerves as they get ready to perform for the first time in front of parents, a live audience in such a long time. As always, we are in awe of everything you've given us, of all your blessings. We ask everything in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you again so much for being here, and please enjoy the concert. This is who we are.
I heard it through the grapevine. First became a hit in 1967 when it was recorded by Gladys Knight and the Pips. A year later, Marvin Gaye recorded the song, which rose to #1 on the Billboard Pop Singles chart, where it stayed for 7 weeks. In 1998, the song was entered into the Grammy Hall of Fame, which is a fact, and not a rumor I heard through the grapevine.
Songs about love and relationships have always been popular because they are very relatable to all who listen. Please enjoy a more recent big hit, made popular by Adele Atkins, called Someone Like You.
Come follow me.
I'll take time to notice all that I see.
And after I've come so far, you know where I'll be. Fly away, fly away home. Oh, fly away, fly away home.
The life is a vision, that's how it should be.
The world is a canvas, and the choices are free. At the end of the journey, when all is complete, they'll all wonder where I've gone, but you know where I'll be. I'll fly away home. I'll fly away home.
Our dreams last forever, for all that we know.
The roads come together, and that's where we'll go. We'll fly away home. We'll fly away home. We'll fly away home. Fly away home. We'll fly away, fly away, fly away.
Thank you so much, Yuna, for adding to our song this evening. Well, it is hard for me to believe. First of all, great to see you, parents. Wow, it's been a long time. For some of you, I haven't seen you literally in years, right? It is hard for me to believe, though, that this is my last high school concert here at Seoul Foreign School. It's been my privilege to be able to work with each of these students, and you'll see more this evening. And their dedication and determination to keep the music going, especially through much adversity, as we've all been through, is very inspirational. The final song that the concert choir will be singing this evening speaks about what happens when our voices rise up in song. Something special happens, something unifying, something sacred. As one phrase in the song states, you'll hear it in a moment, the melodies that we string together are the tapestry to bind our hearts and minds. We're not the same, no, but we are all woven into a sacred pattern where each thread can shine. As our theme for this concert states, this is who we are.
Tendency to stay just on this side of the
Special thanks to Miss Sophie Holbrook for blessing us with a beautiful trumpet accompaniment. The next song we'd like to sing speaks of God's beautiful earth. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise. Thank you so much. We're not used to live clapping. It's been a long time, but we like it. Psalms Choir, right here, is a choir here at Seoul Foreign School that sings Christian literature and historically has been made up of high school students, faculty, staff, and parents. Unfortunately, parents, you've not been able to participate as of late because of the COVID restrictions. When we gather every Thursday night, which is when we gather, it is more than just a choir rehearsal. It's a time to lift up our voices in praise, get to know each other a little bit, share about some of our life's experiences, lots of laughter. Yes? I try to be funny and they laugh just to be nice, but lots of laughter, and then also a time of prayer to end each evening. Thank you, Psalms Choir. Thank you for your faithful involvement and for valuing what it is that we do each week. It's a commitment. You have blessed me and encouraged me every week with your singing. So thank you. We have one more song we'd like to sing called All Arise. tradition of recognizing Psalms choir members. Before you run off, Psalms choir, that's okay. One moment. Thanks. They didn't know this was happening. It's not their fault. We have a tradition of recognizing Psalms choir members who are moving on from Seoul Foreign School and who have been a part of our Psalms choir. And at this time, we'd like to recognize Ms. Brenda Rupp. Thank you for your faithfulness, Brenda. Thank you for your faithfulness to this choir. Brenda, thank you for your faithfulness to this choir and also for your leadership and help in the alto section. We wish God's blessing on you and your next endeavor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're enjoying the night so far. We are the Vocal Foundations class, which is created by Mr. Ford 2 years ago, and we will be sharing a song with you this evening. In Vocal Foundations class, we study vocal music from the Renaissance era all the way to modern day, including music history, various styles of music, and choral vocabulary. We also perform songs from each era at 2 different recitals during the year. Please enjoy this song titled Panis Angelicus, or Bread of Angels.
We all want, we all need, we all seek passion, we all seek joy.
We all breathe.
We all
We all storm.
We all
We all fail.
We all fail, but learn to thrive.
We are
Hey, y'all, hey, y'all,
one. We all breathe the same. In the darkness of the night and in the glory of the morning, we walk along our path and find our way.
hey, y'all, hey, y'all,
Sisini moja.
hey, y'all, hey, y'all,
Hey ya, sisini moja.
hey, y'all, hey, y'all,
Hey ya, sisini moja.
hey, y'all, hey, y'all.
Hey ya. Now we stand here together and lift our hearts in song to the rhythm of this moment in our lives. Hey ya, sisini moja. Hey ya, sisini moja. Hey ya, sisini moja. Hey ya,
Hey, y'all,
sisini moja.
hey, y'all, hey, y'all, we are one.
Hello, my name is Arnold Han, and I'm a class of 2021 graduate at SFS, and I wrote this piece called Music Will Calm Thee. It is a piece that represents how I began music and how I felt delighted becoming a musician. And this actually all began with a choral experience at SFS with Mr. Ford, and I wanted to pay tribute to him as he's leaving this year, and tribute to him and the choir, but also the legacy that he has given to SFS. And this piece is the text is actually provided to me by Mr. Ford, and he recommended this to set music to this text called "Art Thou Troubled," which is, you'll hear it soon, but I won't go into much more details. And I hope you guys all enjoy the piece, and hope music will calm thee. Thank you.
Well, Arnold might be tuned in, watching live from California, San Francisco. Who knows? But Arnold, if you are, what an honor and privilege it is for all of us up here to have a song written for us to perform, and the world premiere. And I don't say that lightly. You better watch that name, Arnold Han. You will hear more of it in the future, I'm sure. Thank you, Arnold, for the honor. And I'm certain there will be, as I said, much more music coming from Arnold Han in the future. Art thou troubled? Art thou weary? Music will calm thee. Rest shall be thine. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to invite all the seniors to step forward to the front, please. It's a tradition that we recognize seniors at their last choir concert at Seoul Foreign School. We have three missing students tonight because of not being able to be here, and one is a senior. So, Rachel, we're sorry you're not able to be here with us this evening. Same with Sammy and Kevin in our choirs. I've had the privilege of having most of these students singing in choirs here since their middle school years. I've watched them grow up. Thank you guys for helping to make my time at Seoul Foreign School. Well, the tears had to come at some point, didn't they? Very special. And I really wish you all the very best as you guys graduate and move on. So I'd like to give you a rose as just a token of our thanks and recognition, seniors, for you have come a long way in many ways. The next medley of songs is taken from a famous Broadway musical called Hamilton. Ooh, and there is a reaction from the audience. How many people have seen the Hamilton on Broadway? It's bright here, but I think I see some hands going up. Please enjoy this wonderful, fun group of songs that you're going to probably recognize. And special thanks to Yuna Han, who also was dancing earlier here, for helping to create the choreography for this song. Thank you and enjoy.
What's your name now?
Alexander Hamilton. We are waiting in the wings for you. You can never back down. You never learn to take your time. Oh, Alexander Hamilton. When America sings for you, will they know what you overcame? Will they know you rewrote the game? Remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my home. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
I am the one thing in life I can't control.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
I am inimitable, I am an original.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
Hamilton's pace is relentless, he wastes no time.
Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it.
What is it like in his shoes?
No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the parties get to yes. The pieces that are sacrificed in every game of chess. We just assume that it happened, but no one else is in the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. I wanna be in the room where it happens. Click, boom, I am not gonna wait my shot. I am not gonna wait my shot. Hey, y'all, just like my country, I'm just gonna be a country. I'm not gonna wait my shot. And I am not gonna wait my shot. I am not gonna wait my shot. Hey, you're just like my country, I'm just gonna be a country. And I'm not gonna wait my shot. I am not gonna wait my shot. I am not gonna wait my shot. We're gonna rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Time to take a shot. Rise up. Time to take a shot. Shot, shot. Take a shot. Time to take a shot. I am not throwing away my, not throwing away my shot.
Such fun. Such fun. That was a workout. And that was not the first time they did that today. So I'm surprised they have any strength left to sing one last final song this evening. But alas, we will. One moment. So this is our last song for the evening. You've heard many styles of songs this evening. The reason for this is that our concert theme states, this is who we are. This is who we are. We come from all corners of the earth, but we're able to lift our voices in unity and in song. I hope you've been touched by the beauty of the voices you've heard this evening. I hope you've been reminded of the beauty of the world around us. And I hope you've been challenged to stand together as we seek to make a positive impact in our world. I'd like to say one final thank you to everyone involved in the concert this evening. First of all, students. They're here, they're there, they're here. Special thanks to the students. We wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for their interest and willingness to be a part of this. Parents, thank you for your commitment and support of your child, sometimes coming to rehearsal in the evenings, because that's when they rehearse, that's when Psalms Choir rehearses, okay? And so thank you for your commitment and support. Hopefully tonight it gave you a taste of why your child is in these groups. It's because they love it. And I love being a part of it as well. Special thanks also to John Black, who is way up there in the sound booth controlling everything. But special thanks to John for his special added touch with all the lighting and sound. I love having concerts where the audience isn't just sitting watching choir after choir come in and just sing with, I don't know, just fluorescent lights, or you know what I'm saying. I love you enjoying also the experience, and I hope tonight you had that opportunity to also experience and feel drawn in to the songs, but also just the atmosphere. And thank you, John Black, for being an expert in that field. I would like to also recognize someone who has literally been by my side for the last 8 years. I can honestly say that I've never had such an amazing accompanist to work with. Thank you, Ms. Minju Sun, for your professionalism, your kind heart, putting up with me, and the gift that you bring to each of our choirs by supporting us at the piano. Thank you so much, Minju.
Even though we've come
I'm not.
One word I would use to describe Mr. Ford is encouraging, because he will be the one person who will believe in you, especially when you don't believe in yourself.
Always being happy even on a down day.
Encouraging.
Faithful.
Hi, my word for Tom Ford is talented.
So faithful, or faithful.
Calm, because he's very patient with you when you're singing.
Motivating, because he encourages people in choir to always participate.
Positive, because he's always beaming with positivity.
One word I would describe Mr. Ford is surprising, because when I auditioned for Moonlight, I expected to get rejected and try again next year. And he was like, no, you join us on the club.
Loving. He is very loving and loves all his students. And he loves and continues to love our teacher who we even now.
Compassion. He's very passionate in what he does, and he does help students achieve their goals, and that's what really helped me this year.
Fatherly, because when I first came here, I had, when I first saw him, I really was very surprised how he, felt like he was very compassionate to everyone and also very friendly.
Interesting because he always has a very interesting sense of humor.
He's the best.
It's genuine. You know that he means every single word that he says when he speaks to you, whether you are in a group or in a one-on-one interaction.
Supportive, because he's always so supportive and helpful.
He's funny because he makes me laugh a lot.
Warm person. He is kind to everyone, and he also stays positive even in times of struggle.
Very inviting and very friendly.
Positive, because he always thinks about the good things, even if the situation might seem like a bad thing.
Loving. His love towards his students cannot be expressed with words. And for the past 6 years, thank you so much, Mr. Ford, for everything, and wish you all the best.
One word to describe Mr. Ford is passionate. He's passionate about his love for music and his love for his students and his faith.
Devoted, as he always supports us to be the best singer we can be.
Determined, because no matter what place we are in the song, or no matter how far behind we are, he's always determined to go forward, and I feel like he was like that since I was in 6th grade and all throughout.
Mr. Ford, to me, you are very passionate about your music, passionate about people, passionate about doing what's right, about being kind, about being positive, and that to me is just a great quality and a great trait. It's been a pleasure to sing with you in Psalms these past 3 years, and I wish you all the best on your new adventures and at your new school in Shanghai. Keep in touch.
I would describe Mr. Ford as genuine because he was one of the teachers that really cared about me, not just as a student or as a singer, but as a person.
Musician, and for that he is a role model of mine, because from day one I could see his passion for music so well, and it really inspired me, and it still inspires me every single day.
Understanding, as he's always been there for us in our reckless times, has always been the greatest listener, and has always shown us forgiveness and love.
Hello, Mr. Ford. Thank you for the music, friendship, and most importantly, your passion for teaching. The Liso Center won't be the same without you. I'll really miss your singing voice too. May God bless you always.
Hello, Tom, Faith, and our friends from Seoul Foreign School. The word I would use to describe Tom is gentleman. He is a gentleman in every sense of that word. In the immortal words of the great American poet Willie Nelson, on the road again, I just can't wait to be on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to be on the road again. Bye.
Holy, because he is a prime example of a man who loves God.
Inspirational. Throughout all the years that Mr. Ford has been teaching me in various choirs, he's always inspired me to be better and improve my vocal talents to the best that I can.
An amazing person. He is very supportive and he has a kind and loving heart.
Marvelous. We will miss you very much.
Thank you so much for helping me and making me feel more confident during choir. And yeah, miss you.
Mr. Ford is real. He genuinely cares about his students and wants to help them find their voice and make them shine.
the best choir director I'll ever have.
Supportive because every single vocal foundations class and every single musical rehearsal, he has helped me grow as a vocalist, and he always does it in a super kind, encouraging, and constructive way that helps me grow as a singer.
I'm Mr. Ford. My word is welcoming.
I think the word that best describes Mr. Ford is passionate. Thank you, Mr. Ford, so much for all the hard work you put into our choir program over these many years.
And good luck in the future and whatever it may bring you.
Mr. Ford is a man of God. We will miss you very much.
Committed is the word I think of when I think of Tom Ford. He's committed to his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and he's committed to his students.
One word I'd use to describe you is loyal, because you're always loyal to your passions, your music, your students, and your faith, and it's something that I'll always admire.
If I had to describe Mr. Ford in one word, it would be an angel who is able to really see a student's true potential and help them reach it, even if the student doesn't believe in themselves yet, which is what he was able to do for me and a lot of other alumni and students. I miss you, Mr. Ford.
Hi, Mr. Ford. We just wanted to thank you so much for being an amazing, amazing choral director, for all our school productions, and for everything you've done these past few years.
We really appreciate your support and leadership in Moonlight and Psalms Choir over the years. We're gonna miss you very dearly.
So much. Thank you so much. Bye.
Class. It's defined as having a quiet, high quality, integrity, and style, and Tom, you showed all those as I worked with you at Seoul Foreign School. I wish you all the best.
I would say Mr. Ford is a friend because he's really easy to talk to and you just feel comfortable with him.
Genuine. His love for students, his love for music, and his love for God is very genuine.
Constant. No matter what happens in our lives or in the world, the one never-changing fact of nature that you can rely on is that Mr. Ford's never-ending positivity and love will shine through his every word and action.
Passion, because his passion has inspired me to continue singing in choir throughout high school and also in college.
Hey Mr. Ford, thank you again for all the years you spent teaching us choir at our school.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Ford.
We wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Mr. Ford is a rock. To the people around him, to the people he works with, he's always consistently there for them and a pillar of strength for people to lean on. And I think that's what makes him a rock.
The word that we have used to describe Mr. Ford is embracing.
Going from middle school to high school, he has blessed us with a memory we'll never forget.
Even in times of dread, he was able to maintain his patience by being a loving person that embraces each and every student.
Fire will never be the same again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ford.
Thank you, Mr. Ford. Thank you for all that you do.
Mr. Ford, if you're watching this, thank you for helping me become the Christian man I am.
Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Thank you for all you gave us.
Thank you for the last 5 years. It's been great with you. Ever since middle years choir, 3 musicals, and the Moonlight Choir for 3 years. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us, the arts, and for everyone.
Thank you so much for helping me blossom into the musician I've always wanted to be.
Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Thank you for being the best choir teacher we could ever ask for.
We love you, Mr. Ford.
We love you.
We love you, Papa Ford.
Tom 형님 사랑합니다.
We love you, Mr. Ford.
Good evening. My name is Joshua Yenu, and I'm one of the band directors here at Seoul Foreign School. And it has been my absolute privilege to work with Tom over the last 3 years. When I arrived, he was welcoming to me, and he has encouraged me greatly in the work that I've done. And I've been inspired tonight, and I've been inspired for 3 years listening to this man's choirs. The music he draws out of the students is amazing. And it's not just the music. It's who he is as a person in the process of making the music. And Quincy Jones said, "Your music can never be more or less than you are as a human." And Tom Ford is a beautiful human. And I know at this stage he would want me to point to Christ and say, it's not him, it's Christ in him that allows him to be like this. So, Tom, thank you for letting Christ shine through you and for being such a positive force for good in the music department at Seoul Foreign School. And I've learnt so much from you over the last 3 years, and I can honestly say I'm a better person for having known you. And my favourite story of working with Tom comes from the Christmas just after COVID hit, and we hadn't been able to travel home in the summer. And if you'll recall, school went virtual the day before we were going to go back, and it had been a really tough 4 months battling out how to inspire students over virtual learning in an ensemble when we need to be together. And we'd just been delivered another piece of disappointing news. We'd had cancelled festivals, and morale was at a new all-time low. And nobody in the office was saying anything, and you could sense the disappointment so palpably. And out of nowhere, Tom pipes up and says, "Well, I'm going to put up the Christmas tree. Who wants to help me?" And we all trundled in and we grabbed the Christmas tree, and as we put it up together, our eyes got lifted up of our circumstances onto something more significant. And Tom was the catalyst for all of that. So thank you for being such a positive influence in our lives, Tom. We will miss you dearly.
My name is Sophie Holbrook. I'm one of the other band directors here. And I don't know why I let you go first, because that was extremely eloquent. And it's hard to follow that, Josh. Very nicely done. What I'd like to share with you tonight is just a few things I've noticed over the years of being Tom's desk mate. I stare at him a lot. He stares at me. We're at our computer. We work together. We work separately. We don't actually teach together at all. But he puts me to work, as you've seen earlier tonight. And I'm going to find a way in the next 2 months to put him to work. Maybe vocal solo at the band concert, I don't know. But it would be amiss not to say what he's like just when he's not in the classroom. We all know his coffee orders. We know what time he wants his coffee. He knows he wants a second coffee when it's a busy day, maybe a third coffee, but sometimes not a coffee, just an ice-cold green iced tea. People know him in the Crave cafeteria. We walk in and everyone smiles, even with these masks. You know that they smile when they see Tom walking up. He is a kind, generous, giving person. We have a little game. Back my first year was Anything Goes. Maybe some of you were here to see that musical in fall of 2018. And part of the decorations, there were yellow balloons that were wearing a sailor's hat, and the balloons had a smiley face on them. They were all around the lobby. For some reason, one ended up on Tom's desk, and like months later, this balloon was still all blown up. And then one day, it just started shriveling. I'm like, "Tom, do you think it's maybe time to move along with the yellow balloon?" And he said, "No, that was a great memory. We're going to keep it there." So, okay. Every day, it just kind of got more pathetic looking. And then one day, it was gone. And I said, "Yes, finally, the office looks a little better now." And about 2 weeks later, I opened my desk drawer, and what's in the desk drawer was the tiny little balloon that had now, been completely deflated. And that began the game of passing it back and forth. And so then I put it in his, jacket pocket or something, and then a week later, I would find it in my computer case, and then another week later, whatever, the game goes on. So, challenge. Find the yellow balloon. It would be, it's not anymore, yeah. And I'm going to be speaking with Faith as well, because I'm going to make her in on this too. I'm hoping to get it in their shipment to China, and then maybe they'll find it. But he's just a delightful colleague, and like what Josh said, I've learned so much from him, and I feel like I'm a better educator, a better person, a better musician, a better everything because of working with Tom. And Faith, to you as well. We will miss you so much. The two of you are just a rock, and it's lovely to know the two of you, and I'm going to stop before I cry. Thank you, Tom, and good luck.
Hi, Mr. Ford. What I'm going to say is this. If you don't know me, I'm John Striffler, and I'm the arts director for the school. And there's so many blessings in this job, but one of the true blessings is I get to walk around the school like almost every day when I'm not doing things in my office and go into classrooms and just see what's created from pre-K through up to grade 12 in visual art, music, and theater. And if you don't know, that's the most awesome thing ever. I just get to go in and see fun stuff happening all the time, which is amazing. What I want to say about Mr. Ford is this. You see a product on stage that's excellent, and of course it's tremendous, and the students are tremendous. What you don't see are the hours, and I mean literally hundreds of hours that Mr. Ford puts in. I'm the worst crying, so I'm going to just tell you that right now. You don't see the 7 a.m. mornings that he meets with students from the musical, or the 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m. times that he's meeting with his discipleship group, or the Saturdays for 10 hours that we work on a musical, because Mrs. Moon keeps us here for 10, 12, 15 hours of doing a musical on Saturdays, right? So those are the things that you don't see. And Mrs. Moon taught me a long time ago, my first year, about the word irreplaceable. And no one is replaceable. There might be a new person coming to the job, but Mr. Ford's legacy is irreplaceable. This right up here, this here, over here, and all of these students are his legacy. And that spans 8 years at Seoul Foreign School. And that is 1,000% irreplaceable. The last thing I'm going to say about Mr. Ford is he is by far, like I said, I get to go into classrooms a lot. He is by far one of the best Christian educators that I have ever met in my life. Thank you, Mr. Ford.
So my name is Mr. Paul. Sorry, I'm so used to working with the students. My name is Paul Kim with the Christian Ministries, and this is my 8th year serving in Psalms with Tom. And yeah, I had to write this down because I know that I was going to get emotional. Matthew 25:23. His master replied, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Like many others in this faith journey, I try to live my life based on this verse, that one day when I see God in heaven, He will come running and say, "Well done, my good and faithful son. You have lived your life sharing and exemplifying my heart to every person that I placed in your life." This is not easy, and I find myself falling short many times. But God, from time to time, brings individuals into our lives to let us know that we're not alone, and that there are others who are also choosing to live by faith and are continuing their love for others in all circumstances. And I thank you, Tom, because you are that God-sent friend and an older brother figure in my life. We came to SFS together 8 years ago, and I still remember September 2014, we went to Teachum Beach for a Psalms retreat for 3 days. Little did we know, we only had 6 students sign up. But I must say, that was one of the best retreats to remember at SFS. On the last night of the retreat, we sat around the bonfire to sing songs and eat s'mores. I remember you sharing so honestly with us about how your faith has led you to where you are and your passion for Jesus and music. Since then, it's been such a privilege to see what God has done through you here at SFS. Beyond great music, I appreciate that you are intentional in caring for every individual that you encounter. And I hope the video earlier showed a glimpse of that ongoing impact that you have made in many of our lives. Though you may be transitioning to a new school, your legacy in love and care will continue to live on in the SFS choir program and more. Thank you for being an amazing role model, Papa Ford, and just who you are. And I look forward to the ongoing beautiful life song that God will sing through you. Thank you for everything. And we have one more final surprise for Mr. Ford. For those of you that have joined the rehearsal, if I can ask you to come down. So before COVID, we had this tradition at the end of every concert, Mr. Ford would conduct this one last song. The song is called "The Lord Bless You and Keep You." It's a song of benediction and prayer. And he didn't know that this was coming. And what we're hoping for is that he's going to lead us for the one last time in this song. But let this song be a song of blessing and benediction for him.
Thank you all so much for coming this evening. Students, fantastic job this evening. Thank you so much, students. Thank you for everyone who joined online. Thank you so much for being here this evening, parents. And for one last time, thank you, Mr. Ford. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Black, up in the rafters for helping with everything. You're amazing. Thank you, Mr. Black. Thank you, Miss Sun. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening. Good night. Thank you.
hand to Mr. Ford.